Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Inspiration for Today for this Thursday. And this is kind of a big day for me because we're talking about the very last attribute of God during this whole 3 or 4 week study we've done now. And thank you for being with me. If you will learn these and apply them to your life, in the sense that, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow, kind of a wrap-up show tomorrow. But I'll tell you, it will change your life. Every one of these, if you just concentrate on one of these attributes of God, it will broaden and expand your view of Him. And nothing's more important than that. So, thank you for joining and being a part. Today we come to one of the most reassuring attributes of God. It's one that I have called on, I'm thinking 1,000 times. I know that sounds like a lot, but there are things in my life that come along and I think, Lord, I need this. I want the reassurance to me. And here's what it is. It's His omnipresence. Omnipresence. All that means is that He is always there. He's always with you. There's nowhere you can go. I mean, Adam and Eve tried to run away from God. Remember that? They hid behind a tree as if that were like a game of hide and seek or something. You can't hide from God. And so He's always with you. Even, wasn't it Jonah that tried to run away from God? There's nowhere you can go in the entire universe that God isn't there. You can go up, you can be the first person on Mars. Guess what? God is still with you. He does not leave. No, He is here, and that's a wonderful thing. Do you realize in the Bible, that phrase, I am with you, is repeated 22 times. 22 times! That'll be our verse for today, and it's my favorite use of that. And this is the one that I have called on so many times. But in Matthew 28, at verse 20, Jesus Himself, the last words that Matthew records of Jesus, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I encourage you, that's a verse to be memorized. You need to have it with you. I don't know how many times I've been in a tough situation, or, as many of you know, in my earlier life, I was in a lot of different sales situations. And there were many, many times where I would be in the car waiting to go in, and I don't know, I just would get so nervous about the next few minutes in the upcoming meeting, and I would pray this verse. Jesus, you said that you will be with me always. I need you to go with me, even on this sales call. I still use it. There's difficult situations and times, and I don't like to be alone. I really, I think I've mentioned to you before on this show that I don't like going into anything alone. And I know some of you feel the same way. Well, one of the things that really helps me is Jesus says, I am with you always. So I'm never alone. He is with me. When you think about it, this is a logical thing. If God is infinite, time, and He lives outside of time. He created time. Time has to do with one event happening after another. And with God, He is outside of that. He steps in and helps us, of course. But for Him, nothing, the Bible's so clear, nothing can contain God. God said to Solomon when he finished the temple, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. What is the house that will hold me? Where will my resting place be? There is no house or temple or church that can hold God. Now, He's there. He's there. And He even says, where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am. But the difference is with you. So He'll be a part of any worship service or any time that you gather as a group, like your small group. Jesus is there with you. But He's also with you wherever you go. You know, there was a poem written called Footsteps that I know that you have read before, but I came across just an excellent, heartwarming version, and I want to close today with that for you. And I think we've been talking to your mind. I think this will talk to your heart. So sit back, enjoy it, and I just so encourage you. Tomorrow's show is the wrap-up show for this whole series, and it'll show you exactly how you can use these 18 attributes in your life, how you can remember them, and how you can use them. And I sure hope that you're with us again tomorrow. In the meantime, let this song and poem minister to your heart. See you tomorrow.
Footprints in the sand, He held me in His hand, He gave me strength to face the coming day. At times I felt alone, I was never on my own. Someday I'll understand. Footprints in the sand.
Last night I had a dream. I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord, and across the sky flashed scenes from my life. And for each scene, I noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to me, and the other to the Lord. And after the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand, and I noticed that many times along the path of my life, especially at the very lowest and saddest times, there was only one set of footprints.
Footprints in the sand, He held me in His hand. Someday I'll understand. Footprints in the sand.
Now this really troubled me, so I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and lowest times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. And I don't understand why, when I needed you the most, you would leave me. And the Lord replied, my son, my precious child, I love you, and I would never leave you. During your times of suffering, when you could see only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you.